totally and brutally honest here. Sean Corbin makes Valery Brudov look like Ivan Drago. It's as simple as that. He's beat what's in front of him tonight. He faces me. He's going to visit mental demons again. And let's get something straight. You come to me, mate. You come to me. Next time, ain't no judge is going to be needed. I'm going to do worse than Kovalev. I am going to do worse than Kovalev.
On Saturday night, mate, you better hold it together. I'm going to smash it near you to pieces, mate. I'm going to hit him. When he gets in the ring and we get 10-ounce gloves on, I'm going to smash his head to bits. I'm going to do it November the 30th against all odds. No matter what people say, the journalists write what you want. All as I'll say is tune back in and then look at me on December the 1st when I am world champion. It's as simple as that. I'm willing to die in that ring. It's as simple as that. I am willing to die. I'm willing to die, Saturday. Is he?
You fucking rat! Thank you very much, Matthew. Plenty of nominations for Bellew of the Week this week. For an intro, I'm going to mix things up a little bit. Inspired as I was by Ebony Bridges, we shall revisit an old friend, an old classic for Bellew of the Week intro this week.
Yeah. One of the things on my list here to ask you about is you've got a massive tattoos on your legs, yeah? Tell us about the tattoos. All right, there they are. Oh, there we go. Wow.
Yeah, actually I do.
Tell us about the tattoos.
Okay, well, I mean, I got tattoos on my arms as well, but so I got a dragon, and I mainly got that one, honestly, for art, but then I've got the phoenix. I've got to show you this, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm sure no one will mind.
So that's a phoenix, if you can tell.
Yes, I can see the phoenix, yeah.
Yep, and that is like, I don't know if you know, obviously everyone knows about a phoenix, but a phoenix is the rise of the phoenix. You rise from the ashes, you know what I mean?
So it's symbolic for you?
It's symbolic. Yeah, definitely. The phoenix is definitely symbolic for me.
Lovely stuff there. An absolutely fine specimen. And Ebony Bridges alongside him, Rob.
I wonder how many times the Gads use that one out in Vegas when he's covering the fights. Tell us about your tattoos. What's the story behind those? Tattoos out in Vegas.
What's he's got to write there? Perfect cunt. You're like, yeah.
See that whole conversation?
He's got that Bono look about him in that.
Those Prada jeans levitating.
Yeah, that Bono look.
Don't that conversation that she has there where she's saying, oh, it's like the Phoenix, it's like the Phoenix. I don't know if you know the story of the Phoenix. That sounds like something you're saying on the way to a taxi at 10 to 2 in the morning. Like, oh yeah, it's the Phoenix, is it? Yeah.
Doesn't Gareth just kind of look like final stage Bruce Jenner?
Oh dear, the Gad. What better way to ease us into Bellew of the Week's episode?
I tell you what, the
412.
Gad, the real Gad actually went to Cambodia so you could actually go and perv away. What the fuck?
Only one gang for us, Bellew of the Week. So let's get stuck in, boys, shall we? TMG, who was knocking about in the chat there, says, Steve, Bellew of the Week for Porky for saying Edwin Valero is a living legend. I suppose he's a legend of some description. Not sure if he's still living or not.
He's going to be devastated, that fella, when he finds out.
R.I.P. Edwin. Sonny Edwards has been nominated by Bombay Bryce, having a bit of back and forward with Scott 306. Message me and I'll send you my address, says Sonny, looking for a fight. Maybe get the WBO Intercontinental title on the line if he can. Eggy Phil, another one knocking about in the chat there, was nominated. Well, you could nominate both here, couldn't you? One for down the line for Matchroom Boxing. Joseph Parker against Derek Chisora, something we can all look forward to. In two row, says Derek is the modern day Joe Frazier. All they do is swing, no skill, no jab, just swings. God. Joe Frazier there. All he did was swing, no skill, no jab, just swing.
Jesus Christ.
This is what we're up against, guys. Enzo Macronelli and Terry Woodfine going in on the New Zealand commentators. As I said, I didn't have the pleasure of listening to that one. Here we go. Here he is. Eddie, wearing PJs for the weigh-in. Declan Graffin, nomination for Eduardo's outfit. # evening, Eddie. That's class, isn't it, that, Andy? Look at it. What on earth has he got on?
That's his pyjamas, mate. I mean, he's in Miami. I mean, it's like fucking 35 degrees. You can walk about wearing the sun pyjamas. I mean,
Looks like fucking something J-Lo would wear on Instagram, don't it? Like, what's he at? Like, what's going on with that?
you often wonder how Eddie can get out of bed and that with the pajamas, like, silk pajamas and that. I made life comfortable for myself and that,
That's the kind of outfit you'd get in a rush after leaving your Miami cocaine dealer and being like, fuck, I got to get somewhere. You got anything I can wear? That's definitely Miami cocaine.
But remember, Eddie's even had 41, father of 2. Just, I'm going to leave it at that, right?
Who else is that with him? Is that Mora? Is that Sergio Mora?
Sergio Mora, and I'm sure that's Mannix, I'm sure, in the middle.
Look at Mora, the hair on Mora there.
No,
that's the Greece.
That's Tom Grisham, isn't it?
Oh, is it Grisham?
Is
I think it's Tom Grisham, yeah.
All right.
That's no matter. You're right enough. You're right enough. Aye. The Latin snake.
Mannix is dressed like some young fella trying to get into the nightclub for the first time, isn't he? He's got everything fucking purple shirt. The fuck does he got?
He's even deliberately grayed his hair up a wee bit so he can get in looking like he's fucking like he's 40.
Yeah, look at him like.
State of fucking Eddie. Prick.
As we know, boys, Tony Bellew has a book coming out. Well, he's been one up to be here by Lawrence Acoli. Dare to Change Your Life, the most motivating book I've ever read, says Fern Cotton, whoever that is. Out the 8th of April 2021. Get on it, boys.
He better win the world title in that next fight now. There's no other thing about it. He needs to win that fight. He needs to win it by knockout.
But I tell you, he was the one that used to go out with the rapper Miss Banks, was it? Him, Lawrence Acoli. I'd read that chapter, I tell you.
Get on it, Bob. April the 8th, 2021. It's all yours, man.
You know, what I would do if I was him is
get that on Fire Stick.
Well, what I would try to do if I was him is I'd try to get it to see if you can't do a promotion and do a package deal with Anthony's new workout tape.
Joseph Kennedy just said something to crack me up.
Dare to change your life.
He said, clinch your way to a world title.
Glasses from Joe Kennedy there. Okie dokie, let's move on. Joseph Ajayo, absolutely. The Doctor is back. If I can roll back the hands of time, I would have loved to fight you, Andy Ruiz Jr. I would have loved to inculcate discipline into you, Oblongata. You're a complainer with flimsy excuses. You can't face reality because you are impervious. Dr. Joseph.
Oh, turn up head back, is it?
Dr. Josephstown, in effect.
The fuck is this ripping on Fat Andy?
This is Dr. Joseph Ajayo, Matty, Master of Theology, PhD,
PhD, but also, Matty, your favourite, THC, baby.
That fucking cocksucker said that on my birthday. What a dick.
Doctor, if you listen, he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. Dominic Henry has nominated Carl Froch, believes the Earth is flat and slams fake NASA, according to The Sun.
But he said that before, didn't he? Come on.
Good, shut up, Kyle. Like, so what if it's flat? If it's flat, so what?
Move to Holland.
Fucking change, right?
Move
We
to
agree
Denmark.
with you, the Earth's flat then, like, what's the point of that whole fucking conspiracy? The Earth might be flat. So fucking what? What's going to change? Nothing, like, fucking
I wish it was flat. We could push motherfuckers over.
What about fake NASA, Matty? Never a straight answer.
What?
Somebody said to me years ago, NASA, never a straight answer.
Yeah, but then also as well, NASA full of Nazis.
Actually, Operation Paperclip. There's
yeah,
a bit of
that's
truth.
Yeah.
That's
for another day, but that's true.
Oh, I knew I'd get you going with that one.
There you go. What about this one then, guys? Looks like Isaac Lowe's been doing the project descriptions for the Gypsy King himself. Had quite a few people nominating this. Forget about the People's Champion sweatshirt in white. It's the White People's Champion sweatshirt. £27.99 for this one. Tyson Fury, the People's Champion.
Well, we finally found out what would make white people accept the gypsies.
I did like Steve's comment to this one, by the way. Obviously, Isaac Lowe had been doing the advertising and marketing for this one.
Good old Isaac.
Man. If the LBDC didn't have a meltdown today, that fucking post went out. Oh my God. The bulletins were flying left, right, and center. We told you. You get an egg, you get a fucking White People's Champion egg weight as well.
Statues getting burnt into the ground and stuff like that.
Isaac's got the printer's rape ready for the White People's Champion sweatshirt. Go and get it, everybody. Jorge Barbosa has been nominated. I can't remember. Matty, somebody I think nominated this one. Guy's fighting a bum. He doesn't want any parts of Plant, Benavidez, and especially Big Charlo. Talking about Canelo, of course. Let's fly on through these. Louis DiBella talking about Canelo as a generational talent like Floyd was. He's simply in his own league, and that's a fact, not a fanboy. Chad Thomas said, what is he known for besides getting schooled by Floyd? Dead serious. He had 29 likes as well there. Richard Dickey 193 nominated him for that. What about the pajamas on Eddie? What about Eddie dressing in the dark, according to Patrick? Hearn wearing a shirt that's 3 sizes too small for him on top of another shirt. Was this an upgrade, do you think, guys, on the pajamas?
He's obviously been taking tips with Joey Nelson. You know, Joey Nelson wears like shirts that's like 6 sizes too small and buttons popping out and stuff like that.
Looks like he's gonna fucking start singing "Flying Without Wings." Doesn't he?
I really think that he needs to get on Anthony's workout regimen. Eddie needs a little work here.
Like I said, there's certain fellas that can pull off a white suit. Draw your own conclusions as to who they are. Look at
It's not
that,
Eddie, and it's not us. Christopher Lovejoy announces his retirement in the most humble way possible. The GOAT retires, says Christopher Lovejoy. I don't know who's calling him the GOAT, apart from himself, but he's retired anyway, unfortunately. Stephen Lynch has nominated the BBC for some factually incorrect statements. What about the WBC, boys? Here, Mauricio Suleiman, a mega belt present for Canelo versus Yildirim. Just what we needed was another belt, Andy. The mega belt. Look at the size of that, baby.
What is that? Is that Canelo's belt on steroids or something? What is that?
That was the belt they had for Zilly Zhang, but he didn't pull through.
The mega belt. Honestly, I mean,
looks like a cod piece for Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, well, it's the only guy who could carry it, I suppose, apart from William Wallace, maybe. But man, if there's I think it's about time we started getting belts for WBC and that. I mean, everybody else seems to be getting them, so why not us? They've even got these be bracelets with the WBC thing in the middle of it and stuff like that. Honestly, it's incredible.
Well,
we deserve a title. With the Archie Moore of fucking Boxing Asylum.
A little golden microphone in the middle.
They've actually included two extra pictures on their belt as well. I forget who it is actually.
Well, this is just any good pimp knows that they have to give their host some presents to keep them in line. So give them that bling.
Shout out to the WBC. Michael Thompson nominating that one. Eddie again, don't miss before the bell. Paul Dugan nominating him for the little shirt combination. Patrick nominating Tommy Fury. Co-main event, suppose nominating BT Sport and Frank as well. I had a complete casual weekend. Didn't watch any of this. A 4-rounder against a 0-9 opponent. Jasper has nominated Andy Ruiz, who the doctor fancied a go at. The doctor might not be so keen if he sees these new photographs. Louise lost so much weight, the tattoos just fell off his arms. What about this, Andy? He must be on the VADA Clen Living program.
Oh mate, that is Clen Living and train harder, baby. I mean, look at his arms. Just look at his biceps, man.
He looks great, doesn't he?
He looks in an amazing condition.
Imagine he came back and he just started smashing everyone. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Like, fucking unbelievable.
He must say, actually. I'm going to shout the wife here.
Dude, I almost worry that he won't be able to take a punch as well if he doesn't weigh around 250. I'm
shouting the wife here because she remembers the Joshua fight, right? She's going to see this picture. She's going to see this one. I'm just going to mute myself. So on you go, mate. On you go.
It looks like on the right hand side is like Ruiz during his prime, and then on the left is like when he comes back 20 years later at one last shot at glory.
Yeah. It's like he got the Captain America injection or something.
Mate.
That's usually the look they have on their face when I get religious pamphlets on my door too.
That is genuinely incredible. Look at that. I mean, he's actually got veins out his biceps. He's actually got a definition around his belly.
People in the chat are calling it fake. They're saying it's photoshopped.
Maybe.
We've jumped the fucking gun there. Like, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You mentioned that actually. Oh, have a look at these tattoos.
Hey, I'm pulling for Fat Andy. I want it to be real. Go Fat Andy.
Team Andy.
Team Jugs.
What about this one then? Pink Tyson update. She tried to fight in Mexico on a show and listing on BoxRec. Fight off due to her opponent finding out she's pregnant. I don't know what's going on here. She's got some kind of Barbie doll, and Ozzy also sent me another picture of Pink. The fight did go on, pregnancy or none, and here she is with the little hat and the trophy, and there you go, Oz. That's a hell of a belt, isn't it, man? I'm loving that, Ozzy.
It'd be perfect for someone like Idi Kayumba as well, you know, who we've seen on these shows as well, that sort of belt. I mean, yeah, I mean, jealous. Get it on in the Fury Joshua fight as well, because I've never seen a belt. What's his face? Dr. Hitman will be after that sort of belt.
Our thief.
Yeah, Artief Daniel will be all over that sort of belt and one of those hats.
You know, I'm just throwing this out there. Speaking of, you know, for all the Catholic girls out there who are worried, you know, get into a good boxing match with a lot of body shots if you're worried about, you know, the big abortion thing, and kind of takes care of itself and no one knows. Just throwing it out there. Women's boxing, instant abortions.
Bit of advice from Matty there on a Sunday evening. I think we'll move on from that one. Michael Benson putting out a little neutral tweet about the purse bids between Lopez and Cambosos. Eddie Hearn getting stuck in there. Man like Chin says absolutely bonkers bid from Triller. I think they must still be high from the Tyson exhibition. Bellew of the week for them. Getting towards the end now. CR Boxing, Yildirim knocks out Canelo in the biggest upset in boxing history on Saturday. No, I would have got on board with CR Boxing, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. PJ Bennett, 18. Nominated him for that one. Let's see what else we got. Eggy Phil sent me one in as well. Sally Dorr. Billy Joe Saunders is going to do Canelo. I'm predicting a performance similar to his win over David Lemieux or Joe Calzaghe versus Jeff Lacey. Everyone has convinced themselves that Bill ain't got a chance against Canelo based on what? Canelo's record? He's got a lost. Bill has never lost a fight. Both are reigning world champions, but only one of them has ever been beaten. And we all know who that is. Canelo hasn't fought anyone like Saunders before. Bill ain't no ordinary boxer. He's a gypsy boy. And still, Eggy Phil nominated that one.
I'll take that one, eh?
Oh, it's a good one there from Sally Dorr. She's enjoying herself over on Facebook. Maybe leave her there. Andy, any nominations from you for episode 412?
Yeah, mate. Just obviously about you know, Fury basically getting seen. I want to be taken seriously and stuff like that in terms of the co-main event as a 4-rounder against a 0-9 opponent. Not circumstances at the end of the day in that, but still a 0-9 opponent is just bad. Ian Dark coming out the woodwork, mentioning to Eddie Hearn's official tweet that the Canelo Saunders fight is on, and Dark's come back and said it's a mismatch. So we'll wait and see if that's going to be true enough. Did any of you catch that heavyweight fight on the Parker undercard between Hemi Hayo and Julius Long?
No, didn't it last about 30 seconds?
No, it lasted 7 rounds, mate. Honestly, like that Julius Long was like 326 pounds, right? Long's like, I don't know how tall he is. He must be pushing, honestly, 7 feet. This guy, Iho, he's fighting 16-0 undefeated, 230 pounds, basically just over 6 feet. And Long just punches himself out, gassed, and then he takes it a left hook. What a mess it was, man. Have you ever seen 326 pounds hit the canvas? Fucking like that.
Didn't he fight Audley Harrison that long?
He
might have done,
he did actually. I mean, it would have been years ago, mate. I mean, I remember him fighting Solis way back in Solis's early days and that. But yeah, he's still fighting these days.
I think it might have been the David Naika fight I was possibly thinking of. Didn't that last? One of them lasted 30 seconds, I think. Because Ryan Deal, I think he might have been at the show, wasn't he? One of our Patreon subscribers.
I said Parsons. It was Deal, Ryan Deal. Sorry about that. So I just wanted to shout that one in there. Sulam Urbina. Anybody know her? She's a Mexican flyweight. Basically, she's tweeted out there and stuff like that. She says she's disappointed when porn industry pages actually follows her. So I actually think she's maybe a porn star. Boxing Rob on Twitter, man. I mean, I don't know if he listens to the show and stuff like that, but his love for Billy Joe Saunders is something way off the scales and that, man. He's just come out with a tweet here today. Obviously, we had that situation with Saunders that a couple of weeks back with the Kinahan situation that he's coming out defending people and some of his comments he made and stuff like that. He was on point. He's defending them to the hilt. He's come out the day after the Canelo fight been signed off. He says, I see so many tweets regarding Canelo stopping Saunders. It's madness. Billy Joe beats Canelo over 12 rounds. For everything Canelo does right, he struggles with technically sound fighters, has had several very close decisions versus good boxers. Right.
Well, I can only think of 2, Trout and Lara, and that's when he's a little kid. He's only a little fucking kid, man, back then.
Look at all the trouble James Kirkland gave him from the southpaw stance, though, Rob.
Look at his
interfering
resume.
with Canelo's fist with his chin.
Look, I've no doubt Canelo cherry picked along the way post Floyd, but his resume is still something to behold. Like, and those close fights were against guys in their prime when he's a little kid. I don't know. I don't read too much into him. Like, I think he's a different animal now. Like.
And finally, Mark Butcher for putting out the comment that Tommy Fury had faced tougher tests on Love Island, better matchmaking on that island too. So, aye.
Good stuff,
So,
Andy. Thank you. We've been nominated by Johnny Horsecock Nelson for thinking the picture of Ruiz is real. I wouldn't even know what was real or what was fake these days, but I'm clinging on to Ruiz. Excuse me, looking like an Adonis
it
until
would be
I.
amazing though. I mean, I would ask so many questions if he came out looking like that. Like, it'd be absolutely tremendous if he did.
War Ruiz. Ozzy, any nominations from you?
No, none from me.
Tough one this week, Rob. I'm thinking of Lawrence Okole. I liked that one. I liked the Tyson Fury People's Champion as well. Any nominations from you, Rob?
Yeah, Anthony Fowler. Did we get him in?
No, I remember him. I commented about BT card.
Yeah, he said, I know I'm biased and all, but these BT cards, fuck me. Something like there's levels to the difference to the ones on Sky. And I thought, yeah, there was a brilliant one on Sky when, what's his name, fucking flattened you. That was brilliant, that one. What's his name? That guy?
Fitzgerald.
Fitzy. Yeah, Fitzgerald smashed him. I love the Sky production that night. It was brilliant. So, yeah, one for Fowler, CBD.
Cult of CBD. Matty, any nominations from you?
I got nothing, sir. It was a crazy week.
I think it's a week actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's quite
Eddie
a lot.
for a white suit as
yeah,
well.
Eddie's dress sense
standing
is
in the fucking background. He's like John Terry, like, isn't he? Like fucking with the fucking standing in the background with the Canelo team, like putting it on his Instagram straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's quite weak this week, to be honest with you, actually. But we've got to find a winner somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to. I'd have to say my vote would be Eddie's fashion sense. There's nothing that plays.
Dr. Joseph was pretty good this week too, though. Dr. Joe hasn't won it in a while. Like, he's persecuting Andy Ruiz for God knows what reason. Maybe because he put out a Photoshop picture of himself. I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Eddie myself. Andy, who are you going for?
Yeah, Eddie for the hair plugs. You know, the injections, Botox to the eyes, just his dress sense. Really, 41-year-old father of two. I'll leave it at that.
Matty, who are you going for?
Oh, I've got to go with Eduardo and his Miami chic.
Don Johnson.
To be fair, Andy, I've seen 41-year-olds in worse condition than Eddie. To be honest,
well. He's well. Thing is, he was wearing. It was quite baggy clothes he was wearing there last night. He's hiding the timber, man. Look. That's the reason why he was in the UK. He was wearing black, right? Because he's hiding that belly and the fucking jowls and that. Right? He's in Miami. He's grown the stubble. He's hiding the beard. He's hiding the chin again, and he's wearing the kind of baggy clothes and stuff like that. So he's hiding it. Right? It's going to come up with he knows it himself.
I think it was one of our listeners, Turbo Jackson, who called him a few years ago a Botox Lego sex doll.
Oh, but he's had work done. Without doubt, he's had work done to himself, man. That just tells you the ego. Right?
Thanks a million for the... I was tagging my neighbour there. Sorry, I was tagging my neighbour.
Rob's thanking the fans. Well said, Rob. Well said, Rob. Thanks to the fans for this Sunday evening for coming.
No, that's my neighbour. He cut me grass. I was thanking him there. I didn't know I was not being.
Bullshit grass in February. Nonsense.
Yeah.
What grass is he cutting?
Spring. Because he gets
cuts his grass nice and easy on a February evening.
Yeah, it's like lawn bingo with this fella. He's always ahead of me, so he cut my outside front lawn.
That's code for his neighbor dropped off his sheep.
No, that's talk that the grass has been dropped off to the
I'm smelling some manure here. Let's move on, everybody, shall we? Shout out to the British Botox Clinic then for Eddie. Ozzy, who are you going for?
It's got to be Eduardo. I mean, attending public weigh-ins in pajamas, and then what the fuck was he wearing again to the show? He's just trying to be this, like this, young kid, like trying to get in with the style. And as Andy says, he's clearly piling on the pounds as well, and he's trying to hide it. I saw a video where I think he mentioned that he's bringing out some sort of fitness program. So him and Bellew are obviously getting into bed. Can you imagine that, the Hearn and Bellew get what is it, get fit program? Fuck me.
I'm just looking at this picture, and the look on his face, it's like you feel like Kenny Loggins is playing in the background, and he's saying, "Would you like a mojito?"
Loving life is Eddie over there in the States, in Florida.
I just wonder when he'll rock up in imagine Floyd made a comeback and he promoted that, and he wears one of Floyd's red trilbies or something. Can you imagine Hearn? It's something he'd do as well. He does anything for attention. He always says, as we say, what is it? Less talking and more action. Yeah, he's always there trying to do something, so the camera is on him.
Less talk, more sandwich.
Well, quite right with him.
Okay, then. So it seems like everybody's gone for Eddie. I'm assuming, Rob, you're also going to throw Eddie in this week? Throw Eddie under the bus? Rob? I think Rob's out raking.
No.
Told you the sheep was there.
I'm going to go for... No,
he was sampling that green, baby.
What's he saying there? You broke up on me. No, I was going to go for Eddie again with the suit. Like, he reminds me of that fucking Puff Daddy in the height of the fucking Biggie Smalls era, like where we know you're taking credit for it, like just stop jumping around in the background in a white suit, like, you know what I mean? So it was a bit of that, like I want to Shug Knight Eddie Hearn there a little bit, like niche reference to for the boys, the hip hop boys in the chat.
Thanks, Rob. Liking that niche reference there. Congratulations, Eddie. You have won a unanimous sweep. Unfortunately, no Tony Bellew this week, but Eddie did a great job. Episode 412, he is the Bellew of the week. Thank you, Matty. That's all from me. Back over to you.